Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Might overdo like a beginning bit. Maybe this can just be the beginning bit.
But I was saying it's not going to be a beginning.
Just saying that I'm not going to do the beginning bit, but still have like the little what do you call it? The little cut off noise that leads into the next part. Still have that.
We probably could have recorded some of what we've seen.
Yeah, to be fair,
speaking for the last like
see, that's
hour
what
20
that's
minutes. Probably
yes. That's what I tried to do. Like, maybe, I don't even know how long ago. Like, when we first started doing it like this, I think I just hit record and then see what happens. So he starts.
There's some reason everyone goes silent.
Yeah, he gets stage fright. May gets a bit scared.
Mason gets stage fright.
He doesn't want just in case he says something that's racist or homophobic.
Yeah, he does have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, so he just wants to protect himself.
Racist May. That's what we call him.
OL apostrophe, not OOD. OL apostrophe. Oh,
racist May.
Racist Matty.
That's why he didn't do this week. He was in black RomComs. He didn't want to do it. He said, "Fuck that. That's shit. I only watch white RomComs."
It's actually really funny. Am I gonna watch that? Oh my god! Oh no! What else? A spider? Just a moth. But he's like, yeah, he saw the Boomerang IMDb 5.6 and agreed. He hasn't even seen the film, but he agreed. It's like, yeah. So even I don't care if it's what the quality of the film is, just the people in it. No way. That's high.
Saw the cast.
5.6 is too high. 5.6 is too high. Oh, racist Maddie. You're always a funny discussion. You should listen to the Football Cliches podcast. It's really if you get on there, football cliches. It's just like the language of football, just like the kind of things that we say. But one of my favorite things is how, like, you know, in if you're watching a live game, and then like say you're watching Liverpool against West Ham or whatever, and it'll cut to like Kenny Dalglish in the crowd, and like the co-commentator is obligated to be like, what a player he was, by the way. You just have to say it exactly. You just have to say it exactly like that. It's like things like that, little like quirks in how we like how people talk about football. They just kind of dissect it like that. And one of the things they were talking about is like how does like what players, because like players that are called Matt or Matthew, like when do they what does it take for them to become a Matty? Like some qualifiers
well,
like
Matty Cash.
Don't. Yeah, like he's very much a Matty. But then like who's like Arsenal to sign Matt Turner. God, like it doesn't really have Matt, like goalkeeper doesn't really have like Matty energy.
Yeah, that's true. Are there any Matthews?
Surely no one goes, but I don't think anyone.
You got like Matthew Flamini, but that's just different when they're like French.
Yeah, that's Matthew. Yeah. That's two different. Matt Lowton. He's not really a Matty. It's Matt Lowton.
Mm.
I feel like Matt.
There's not that many Matthews. Not that many Matties though, is there?
Matty. There was Matt Ryan. I think his Twitter was Matty Ryan, which is confusing. But he spelled it with one T, which was weird.
Oh, what MAT?
Like Matt's like exercise Matt. Like yeah, Matt. That's
exercise
how
Matt Ryan.
Exercise Matt. or racist Matt and exercise. Matt Ryan.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I've typed in football's called Matthew, and it's kind of American football. How do I get off this?
Oh my god! I think Matty's just tried to join the meeting. What time?
Is he actually?
How has he joined the meeting when we actually stopped recording? When we did 2 meetings and he didn't join?
He probably thinks we're finished.
This is so funny.
Hi, Matty.
Connected to audio. Can you hear him?
Wait,
no. Okay, yeah, we're recording.
No. It's so funny. We did 2 meetings, didn't record. Now we just start recording.
Wait. So you haven't started the podcast yet? Or you've just started?
No,
we haven't. Why can I hear myself?
Yes, it's really echoey.
What the fuck? What's going on? Why is he dressed so smart?
Oh, you're underwater. Is that limoncello?
Yeah. How do you know that? You've been talking.
Because you're in Italy and it's yellow. Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is.
No, he's still there.
Mate, why are you using Roy's iPhone?
Why is he so quiet?
Funny. Left the fridge
Yeah, can you stop whispering to us? What the fuck?
That actually sounded like he went underwater then.
Yeah.
I was like,
Boo.
the submarine like going down. Boom. What was he doing?
What the fuck? What's
I can't
going
believe
on?
I can't believe he actually joined the meeting when we started recording. We didn't record for like 2 hours. That's so funny.
Yeah, we literally just started recording, mate.
Oh no, I'm in. What were the films this week?
Oh, we were just having a conversation about how you wouldn't want to watch them.
What are they?
The Best Man and Boomerang.
Oh yeah, black comedies. I'm alright, mate. Thanks.
Oh, racist Matt.
Oh, racist Matt.
I remember watching Black Panther, and a lot of them jokes went over my head. Like the cinema was roaring, and I was just like, "What?" There's a lot of cultural barriers for me.
Say wallahi, you killed.
Yeah, I thought I heard wallahi, and everyone's like, "Ah!" And I was like,
Well, hey, I will shoot.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, start.
The Nigerians, whatever. They're like human traffickers.
Leader, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that film in a while.
Yeah,
I
but
watched it fairly recently, and I realized how bad the CGI was.
Huh?
Is it?
Cafe.
Yeah, next time you watch it, you know,
the
like
restaurant's
when they first
not
do like
either.
the battle and everyone's standing on the cliff.
Yeah.
Look how bad that bit looks when they're all standing out on the cliff.
Leader.
It looks like they've literally
Leader.
like on the green screen they've just been put on the
The
cliff.
one
I mean,
opposite.
they probably have, but that's what it looks like.
Shame.
Market.
I'll rewatch it when the second one comes out.
I'm pretty sure. Oh no, there was
This year.
a one-way ferry like opposite.
Is it?
I think it's December, yeah. That's the next one to be released on fourth, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Start the head-to-head.
This one.
Yeah,
Actually
probably
turned
should,
into
to be
after all. It actually turned into a beginning bit.
Okay.
fair. Yeah.
You just if you talk about
I'll
not
say
doing
we're
the
not gonna
beginning
do
bit,
one.
yeah, you talk about not doing the beginning bit, and then beginning bits just happen.
Becomes a conversation. There you go. Done.
You stay, mate.
I'll tell you what I watched this week. The
What?
Town.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Is it good? What is it?
Banks.
Bears.
Battlestar Collector.
Yeah,
Ben
what we were saying
Affleck.
earlier that
Robin
Matt you'll
Banks.
find really funny.
Oh yeah, was it? Yeah, I was like in my head randomly this week. I was like, oh, there should be like an advert for the new iPhone, and it would have all the same like things where it describes the features, like megapixel, whatever, camera, all this nice stuff, and then it's like, and it could also summon the Bifrost. See, now we got
It's
that
like
joke.
the handle is like a hammer handle, basically.
It also summoned a Bifrost.
just conveniently.
Yeah,
We're on holiday, it's fine.
I like that bit in Ragnarok when they're scared, when Hela first like comes and she's going after them, and Loki's really scared. He's like, "Take us back or bring us back." It's really funny. No.
All fathers.
Oh, wow.
Let the dog magic flow through me one last time.
All right, I'll go. I'll let you actually record.
All right.
Right. See you later.
Have fun.
Have a nice time.
Good luck
Dennis.
finding. How long have we been
Clip.
here?
Oh.
A
Been
day.
here roughly about 30 hours. I've already spent 200 quid.
Oh,
On what?
nice. I
Or
respect.
more.
Between them. £1 each.
Well, £100 each.
Or more.
Yeah.
Just food. There's fuck all to do in Venice. There's all been food.
No. It's
Got
quite
10
a lot.
To be
no,
fair, I
9
probably
more.
did that in Dublin. I
Nine
spent
more
like
days.
250 quid. I was only there for 2 days.
How was it? Was it good?
Sick, mate. I got smashed.
Ah.
My throat's fucked from Saturday night still.
Did anyone get beaten up?
No. But it was just funny
Close to
because we
it?
spoke to some girls and they're like, "Ah, fuck your English."
That's funny.
You were ready
Yeah.
though, weren't you? You're ready for a scrap.
I'm ready.
fuck.
I'm ready.
Fuck.
You were
Yeah,
talking
fuck
to them
your
girls,
English.
your hands were just curled into fists. Just ready.
What the fuck did you
It
say?
was like there was loads of people out on Saturday night as well because it was like the hurling final.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's loads of people out on Saturday night.
I said, oh yeah, like I care or I paid an attention to.
I didn't even know hurling was a sport before I went to Dublin, so you know.
You never heard of hurling?
Hurling?
Hurling's it's an
I've
insane
never heard of
sport.
hurling.
What is it?
It's like lacrosse or something.
Have you seen Gaelic football though?
Yeah, I've seen that.
The most fucked sport in the world. Like what the like I don't know how like you train for that or anything. Like and they're just smashing into each other with sticks. Like I don't know.
It's quite fun.
Fair enough. All right, I'll see you in a bit.
But
Yeah.
What are the films in 2 weeks' time?
we usually say that in
Bishop's
the
wife
podcast.
and the preacher's wife.
Oh yeah, and Thor.
Thor. Yeah, cool.
The Thor.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right.
Sweet.
All right, in a bit.
Bye.
In a bit.
Bye, driver.
Bye.
Seen that joke that Chris Hemsworth says on Graham Norton about Thor?
No, I haven't watched it.
Where is it? No, it's there's from like years ago.
I know.
Was it?
Oh right. No, I haven't.
Was it? It's like I think Thor's just spent a night with a woman, and he says, "I really need to say something. I have to tell you something. I'm Thor," and then she says, "You're telling me I'm Thor too," or something like that. Like Thor, like Saw, because you know, yeah.
Oh no.
I don't remember all of it. That was very good.
Maybe
All
I should
right,
maybe watch him say it. Probably funnier.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Head to head. Head to head. Black rom-coms. The best man versus Boomerang. The best man just before his best friend's wedding. Not to be confused with My Best Friend's Wedding. Julie Roberts film. The life of a Chicago writer becomes crazy when his best friend guesses that his new book story is based on his bride's fervent past. Interesting word choice there, but Ross, this is I think. Wait, when was the last film I hadn't seen in the head? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's been a while, but I hadn't seen this. You hadn't seen it. First impressions of The Best Man.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I really like the dynamic between everyone and kind of like, you know, how the group interacts with each other, how the different characters kind of know each other and sort of the rekindling, that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't understand how he wrote this book about his friends and didn't expect people to find out and shit to like go down because of it. This is kind of dumb when you look at the aspects, but I mean, I think it's quite. I mean, for what was it, like an hour 40 or whatever, or 2 hours? There's quite a lot packed into it. And I feel like they could have. This easily could have been like a TV series, the way it pans out and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot goes into it, and I actually really enjoyed it. And yeah, just kind of it's enjoyable watching different characters and like, yeah, them all interact with each other. And I always, for some reason, I think Terrence Howard has like a really likable face as well. I don't know why, I just like him whenever he's in stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
That's true. You know, he was actually my standout in the film. We talk about him a bit more in performances. He was the one that really shone, I think, out of the whole cast. But yeah, I agree. I think that it's just like the dynamic. It's a very nice chemistry between all of them. Like when they're just hanging out, even when there's like beef, when they're just hanging out, when they're playing poker or whatever they're doing. I don't know, you just feel comfortable. You like believe straight away that they're like long-term friends. So I think that's the real strength of the film, is that chemistry. It's weird. That was the kind of the construction of it. Like, I wasn't really sure like what the premise was for a while. Like it didn't like reveal itself too easily. It's like, okay, so that's the like trigger point, is that he's writing this book. Like this book has like details of his friend's life, and that's gonna like cause trouble soon. I don't. It didn't feel like that was where we were heading the whole time, and then it got to that point. It's like, okay, this is the driving force of the story. But that is interesting. When I first watched, I had the same reaction. Like, yeah, that's just surely it's just like completely dumb. Like, obviously they're gonna read it, but then actually, like, if I wrote a book, would everyone I know read it? I'd like, I don't know. If we had an author friend, would you definitely read it? You might kind of like flick through it or something, or like read the reviews, be like, oh yeah, that's really good. But there's like half a chance like you just wouldn't. I don't know, like you wouldn't pay attention to someone's.
I feel like once one person reads it and knows, and like, well, yeah, it's obviously about us lot, because at least one of us would read it if you wrote a book, and that person would probably realize, oh, it's about us. It would soon get around to everyone else that, oh, he's written a book about us, and then everyone else would read it.
I don't know. I'm still not sure if I'm okay with it as like a believable thing that would happen. Definitely before the internet as well, or before the internet was like big, like you'd like less chance of it like circulating in the same way. I don't know.
You're saying.
But yeah. Interesting idea nonetheless. Boomerang, a successful executive and a womanizer, finds his lifestyle choices have turned back on him when his new female boss turns out to be an even bigger deviant than he is. Yes, she is. Boomerang. Had seen this one. Didn't actually get around to rewatching it, but I'd seen it a few times. As soon as the first time I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is in my kind of hall of fame of rom-coms. The first really satisfying black rom-com that I'd seen, because it's mostly dominated by white stories, and this is just like a black people in a nice lavish corporate world. It's not like they're not having to like struggle, which is like a lot of the stories that you get in Hollywood when it comes to like black people and stuff. It's like, yeah, they're all successful, thriving people who are having these wacky funny little adventures. But Boomerang, Ross, what do you think?
I think this one's gone for, it's a lot more like focused on the comedy aspects, I think, than the other one. Like, I think the other one's more about like the story and like how they're all like connecting and that kind of stuff, and everyone finding out about the book. But this one's just kind of, it's funny, and there's one particular scene which made me laugh in when they go to try the suits on and they make the white guy jump. I found that really funny. That's when I laughed the most. But then, yeah, it's not as strong, I don't think, as The Best Man in terms of like story and the characters, but it's a more just like relaxed watch. And I think like kind of Eddie Murphy as like just kind of, it's always enjoyable watching Eddie Murphy in the film. Like in a lot of films, he kind of just is Eddie Murphy, but in this, it's still enjoyable to watch. But I think it's kind of funny watching him like meet his match and watching him like fall for a woman. It's quite an interesting like idea, like meeting his match. So yeah, I like that, and kind of like Martin Lawrence and whatnot as well. They're all quite funny in it, and so Halle Berry's like she's entertaining it as well and does quite a good job. Like no one's particularly bad. It's just funny seeing like Chris Rock as well as just like a teenager just being like dumb. I thought that was really funny whenever he was on the screen. But yeah, and obviously I think Robin Givens as Jacqueline, she's like a standout for me in this. She's really good and plays the character really well, and she's fucking fit as well. So yeah.
It's funny whenever I hear Chris Rock, I just can't help but think of Will Smith now. That it just as soon as you hear the name Chris Rock, like it just flashes in my head that moment.
He's thinking getting smacked. Yeah.
That's gonna be his defining moment. So categories then. Not gonna lie, I think based on that little open exchange, I feel like performances are kind of what makes the two films in a lot of ways, where it's like the chemistry of the cast or just someone like stand out, like proper solid comedic performances. I feel like that's because they're not like supremely directed films or anything like that. There's even like some like there's some points in it where it's kind of quite dodgily like put together, like when they like fade to black in the middle of scenes and stuff. I was in The Best Man a few times. It's like kind of they're like in the middle of like I think it happens in the poker scene. It just cuts to black in the middle of the scene and then comes back out again. It's like they kind of just lost. It kind of lost like a bit in the middle or something. They just had to cut it. So there's like a few moments like they have that in Boomerang as well. So no, it's not like the most amazingly edited or directed film, or whatever. but I think the performance is what really gives it the juice. That in mind, I am leaning towards. I don't know. Because like you say, it's like different, very different tonally in terms of the scene. There's more. It's a much more sophisticated story in The Best Man with some actual like smart ideas about relationships and things, whereas Boomerang is just going for the laughs. I guess some interesting ideas about like power in those kind of workplaces and shit, but not really. So it's that makes it a difficult comparison. But for the strength of the comedic performances in Boomerang, I think I'm leaning towards that. Robin Givens, kind of just crazy that she didn't really have more of a bigger career based on this one performance. I haven't seen her in anything else. You'd think she would have had a chance at least having like a solid, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 year run as like a big Hollywood actress. She's really like leaps off the screen with what she's doing, like completely blows like Halle Berry out of the water, when Halle Berry is probably like one of the most beautiful people to ever live in the last 30 years or whatever, however long she's been in the movies. And Robin Givens just completely takes over in this role. That's a credit to her as a performer, I think. So she's at the heart of why I'm going to lean towards Boomerang. But also my favorite scene and the funniest scene is when John Witherspoon comes in. He's the dad of, I can't remember what his name is, the character's name. It's like Eddie Murphy's friend, not Martin Lawrence, his other friend. When his dad comes to dinner, and then he goes into the bathroom with his wife. And it's everything he does at the dinner table, like the noises and everything. It's just he's just like but he does Granddad's voice in the Boondocks, and he's also in like Friday and stuff. He's just he died last year or the year before. He's just like really, really funny, got a really funny voice, iconic voice, and just really funny actor. So yeah, I'm going for Boomerang based on those two in particular and some other ones that I enjoy. We thinking performances.
Yeah, so it is quite hard because Boomerang's got the better like comedic acting, but then The Best Man's got the better like dramatic acting, I think. And as we said, Robin Givens just kind of steals the show in Boomerang as well. Like, I think there are some other funny characters, like you say, John Witherspoon, and I think Strong J was really funny as well. Like, just
I forgot about her. Yeah,
she's funny in it, and yeah. So the common like the comedic performances are like on point, but I think when you compare it to dramatic performances, it's harder not to think the dramatic ones are better just because they're dramatic. But I think with that in mind, I think that making me lean more towards Boomerang because it's actually in some ways harder to do that kind of comedic acting and pull it off in the way they did in such a funny way. And obviously, yeah, Robin Givens is like absolutely stealing it. As I say, like, The Best Man, like I don't think anyone's particularly bad, and there are a couple of like standouts, but no, Boomerang, I think there's just too many like really funny, really well performed like comedic performances to not give it to Boomerang.
but yeah, shout out Terrence Howard for the
Yeah.
for The Best Man. Yeah, he was my favorite in that. Like he's just so charismatic and kind of effortlessly charismatic.
Yeah,
I thought
it's like I always think like because he was in Iron Man 1 as thingy, wasn't he? What's it called?
Rhodey.
Don Cheadle's character. He was way better as Rhodey than Don Cheadle has been. Like even just from that one film, I think. Just because I enjoy him, I just enjoy him on my screen. Like whenever I've seen him, so I can't really think. Like
I can't even think because it was so long ago. And Don Cheadle just kind of
got such like he's just like effortlessly like energetic like in his roles. I mean, yeah.
I do like him, but not enough to get in the vote. So that's 1-0. Boomerang. Story. Here's where I'll give the love to The Best Man because I think it is a really nicely told story. Some like nice the spy ideas about like relationships and stuff, like I say, and how you deal with stuff that's happened in your past and how that comes to bite later on, and how you kind of reconcile all those different things. I think it's a smartly told, smartly crafted story, whereas Boomerang is more about the loss, which is perfectly fine. But I think The Best Man can nudge ahead with this one if you're thinking along the same lines.
Yeah, completely agree. I think The Best Man, let's say that the Boomerang it goes for the last and it gets him, but it's not the kind of actual story of it all is kind of like pretty predictable. The way everything plays out, like you could probably guess exactly what's going to happen. It's quite like generic rom-com-y story, I think. But The Best Man is very different. As I say earlier, they could have easily like put that whole story into like a 10 episode TV series, and just the way things play out, the way the characters, like their dynamics work, the way people figure stuff out, the way kind of they've all had past together, just everything kind of adding up, people working things out, people kind of so coming things coming to bite people in the butt later on, etc. Like it's all like nicely crafted in terms of story. And I think out of the whole thing, like the story is what kind of drives the whole thing and the strongest part of the film. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna give this to The Best Man.
Yeah, I think you could sum up, like, I'd be interested, like you say, how it could be stretched out into like a TV series. Like you'd be interested in a film or like an episode of a TV show for pretty much every character in the film.
Yeah,
which shows that it's like a well written story. Like pretty much every single one, you could like, I could go spend an hour with them and see kind of what's going on in their lives and how did what's his name? Who's the guy with dreads? He was on Lost. The one with like he had the really like uptight, like tyrannical girlfriend. And they break up at the end. I can't remember his character's name. I think it's like Harold Perrineau is the actor's name, whatever. But yeah, like how did he reach that point? Because they like touch on like the backstories of them and like their different kind of personality traits. But you'd like to see go a bit deeper, see what's going on. Spend some time with Morris Chestnut. I like Morris Chestnut as well in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
see what Morris
Chestnut.
Yeah, see what Morris Chestnut's. Well, he's an NFL player, isn't it?
Yeah.
There could be some fun.
Giants, I think.
Yeah, see some fun adventures there as well. So really good. Yeah, Best Man is actually really nice, really good story, I think. And also it doesn't like you said, doesn't follow all the predictable beats. Like he could have Ty Diggs, the main character, like the main character. He could have easily, I could have seen him getting with Nia Long, the other woman who had like a past with. Like that could have been the end result. Because I wasn't sure which way it would have swung. There was like credible arguments on both sides to like he could go with her, he could go with her. So that's it's good, some good stuff there. So that's 1-1. Moving on. Visual style. Here, not gonna lie, I looked at this category just now and I was like, I don't even know what I have to say on this. I can't even think. I watched the best Boomerang, obviously I watched it a while ago. Can't really think of like notable camera work or just kind of the what generally what the film looked like. So I'm probably just gonna go for The Best Man because it was kind of solid. It was there. Like I don't know. It was neither like nothing's particularly remarkable. I thought. I don't think for either of them. I'm kind of just going by The Best Man by default because it's more like well put together film. Got Spike Lee as a producer. Like I don't have anything to say. You got any thoughts on visual style for these two?
I mean, Boomerang. There's nothing really. Yeah, I can't think of anything that like even really because they're just kind of the way they are. They're just at different. I don't know. It's hard to think what even to say. Like Boomerang's fine, but I think The Best Man just because of like it's got nicer locations, with all the wedding and stuff going on as well. I think it all just looks a bit nicer, and as you say, because you got Spike Lee producing it, it's all just like more nicely put together, I guess. So, I think The Best Man, not for any particular reason, just because it's slightly better crafted. I think The Best Man wins for this one,
which means it goes 2-1 up as we move into tone. Touched on the it's like the more dramatic side to The Best Man compared to to Boomerang, which leans more heavily into the comedic, some farcical aspects in there. So this is kind of similar to performances in terms of where you're going to lean. I think it's like what strikes a chord more, the more serious, well written work in The Best Man, or just the laugh out loud shit going down in Boomerang. And you know what? I'm still gonna go for Boomerang. I think. I don't know what it was. The first time I saw this, I'm rewatching it a couple more times. I just instantly connected with the characters, with the whole this whole black corporate world that they're depicting. Eddie Murphy is just a sublime actor. There's this kind of similar to Terrence Howard in many ways, but not when this, or at least this version of Eddie Murphy before he went full on crazy in all the kids films that he did and stuff. This kind of suave character who just controls every room. He's a big part of why the tone appeals to me, as well as just some exceedingly funny moments. So yeah, Best Man is very good, but I'm going for Boomerang. What are you saying?
So yeah, it's what you're saying about kind of comparing the comedic to the dramatics, and it's hard to kind of pick, but I think I prefer the dramatics of The Best Man, and the kind of more twisty turvy nature of the story. You don't really know what's coming next. You don't know when everyone's going to find out about this book. You don't know who he's going to start dating. I like that about the story, and how there's a lot more that kind of is guessing in the film, and I think that adds to the tone of the story. And when at the point when shit hits the fan, that kind of stuff, and he finds out what the fuck's gonna happen next after that, he calls off the wedding. I think I just like that kind of more dramatic tone of the film to it, and how they've also added some funnier moments in there as well. But Boomerang, I think just because it is a funnier, that's kind of the tone it's going for. But I think The Best Man has quite a nice balance between everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go with The Best Man for a tone.
My opinion of a film is always elevated when there's a real tune in there, especially when the characters are dancing to a tune. And obviously The Best Man ends at the wedding. Also, weddings are always phenomenal in films. It's just the perfect, just getting loads of people together, they're happy, there's stuff going down, lots of different characters. Weddings are always great. Then they end by doing the candy, candy's playing, and they're doing the candy dance. That's just that in that way I'm just I'm in complete bliss right now, just chilling.
I like that, because didn't it play earlier when the stripper Candy came in as well?
Did it?
I think it did. I'm pretty sure. I was cause I remember watching it, I was damn, this song played earlier because it's the stripper Candy.
Yeah. That's Regina Hall.
I think
that's her first ever film. That's her first ever film, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, we didn't even talk. Yeah.
That's quite funny. Yeah, I think that played when she came on.
As well. Right. Okay. I actually don't remember that. But yeah, by the end, I'm just oh yeah, it's a nice, a real tune. Candy's one of those tunes that just can't be overplayed.
Candy.
It's still, it's just everlasting. It'll always just bang.
Yeah.
I'm going to a wedding in a few weeks.
On the night out.
Yeah, I'm going to a wedding in a few weeks. If they don't play it, then I'm probably just going to leave. So.
Maybe then you have to wait till the end anyway, see if they play.
Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah, I didn't think that through. The joke doesn't really work. Shit. Right then, big man. All right. So what you? Huh? We split. So what we do? They both get points. Is that what we're doing?
I guess so. We need to sort out an actual system for this.
Yeah, no, why do we always do this? No, let's sort it right now.
What, make an actual system?
No, I can't be asked.
How's it work? Wait, who had the other categories?
What? It's 2-1 at the moment. It's 2-1 at the moment to The Best Man.
To The Best Man. Should we just see what happens to this last category? Because then if The Best Man wins that one, it's one anyway.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Could just call it a draw if.
Yeah, when it's a draw, then there's no points. This what's the word? I don't know. Dissolved. Not really. That's not really the right word I was looking for. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So this stays 2-1. It's like cricket. That's what I was thinking. It's like in cricket when in a test series, if one of the matches is drawn, you don't add to the score. That's this. It just stays 1-0 or whatever. Yeah. That's what we're gonna. That's how we're gonna look at it.
All right.
So the unique. See, I forgot about this, and then just quickly scribble down funniest because we're doing rom-coms. But then I feel like it's a bit boring because it's just boomerangs. That's the thing. These are rom-coms. These are rom-coms in a sense, but two very different strands of.
I feel like there's always a scale with rom-coms because some of them go for the rom more, some go for the com more. Like,
yeah,
it's like, I don't know, Forgetting Sarah Marshall's is funny. And it's like they do the comedy, but then you could watch like Jerry Maguire call that a rom-com, but it's mainly about like the
or like
rom.
you've
So
got
it's
Mail,
like,
Sleepless in Seattle. They're
they're
like romance
roms.
heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to do funniest. That's just then it just goes to Boomerang. I want me to think of something right now. The Blackest. No, I'm joking.
I was actually gonna make
Alright.
that joke, but I feel like it wasn't appropriate for me to make that joke.
All racist Matt.
I'm ready to smash again back on.
The Blackest. All racist man.
Oh, racist man.
So funny, I could keep doing that now.
Who lives in that house across the road? Oh, that's just all racist man. You know
All
what I'm
racist
saying?
man. Oh my day. The rummiest.
The Romy.
I don't know.
Best
What-
rom.
To be fair, what's the most rom-commiest? That's like
The most rom-commy.
yeah, the most because rom-coms, it's like a broad definition, but also I think you can really hone in on what's like a true rom-com.
Yeah, I guess so.
And like the Best
Doesn't
Man,
really make
it's
sense,
the
but-
Best Man's like it's more of an ensemble cast. Like there's a main character and it's like you follow his
Yeah, I
foibles,
feel like it's more of
but,
a drama than a rom-com.
yeah. We're always spanning too many characters and there's other issues going on beyond the kind of, it's not I think the true essence of a rom-com is like, yeah, the will they won't they kind of don't like each other at the start or don't realize they like each other and then grow to like each other, and they kind of split up towards the end but then reunite right at the end and get back together. That's like the essence of a true
Yeah.
rom-com. But in that way, Boomerang probably still comes
Yeah, I'd
closer
say Boomerang.
to that idea. But you didn't really realize, he didn't realize Halle Berry was the one all along, and then there's a little rift towards the end, and then they reconcile, and then we move. So yeah, Boomerang's got my vote for the most rom-commy. You're gonna support that,
Too. Yeah, definitely.
which means 2-2. Now what do we do? Do we just declare draw? I think we do.
Yeah, go on then.
I feel like we just had one draw.
How about we just do like whichever one has the higher IMDb rating wins then? Someone like,
I mean,
just decide.
definitely the Best Man. No, you know what? Find the most like obscure film rating system, and whoever got the highest on that. Something that's not IMDb, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, or Metacritic. What else? Is there any other just like random film rating
Film rating
website?
UK.
I feel like it's gonna be like
that's like age ratings.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Here we go. The 16 best movie review sites. I'm gonna go to number 16, and that'll be the one. Okay, number 16.
Blog.
All racist man.
Oh, racist man.
Is Captain Marvel gay in the MCU? I don't care. It's not what article I'm looking for. What the hell is what? Why is there so many adverts at the bottom of this page? I just wanted to get to 16. Here we go. Film Companion. Let's go on that. Oh, what? It was just a link to Vanity Fair. Okay, so maybe it's not a website anymore. Okay, 15. Okay, that's Vanity Fair as well. Okay, what? No, I want like a rating. No, not like movie review websites. I want a rating. IGN. That's pretty famous, but we'll do it anyway because it's not the traditional one. So Boomerang. Wait, I mean, the Best Buy is going to be the highest rate on pretty much everything. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, okay.
IGN gonna
IGN's
be
not-
on there. They don't do like normal.
Oh no, that's
films, they do, like-
games. That's games.
Oh, I feel like we're making this too confusing. Should we just?
Oh yeah, this is just so unnecessary. It's not funny. It's not
Let's call it a
amusing.
draw.
Yeah, we're just calling it a draw. That was just a pointless 2 minutes. There was nothing funny about that.
half our listeners just turned off.
There was nothing funny, amusing, or interesting about what just happened in the last 2 minutes. Could have just said it was a draw and moved on with lines. No one cares anyway. Don't know why we did. There was no need. All right. Okay, done. It finishes 2-2. All right, game. What we doing? You did a quiz
Alright,
that we're doing.
We'll just do fill in the best actors quiz, but every best actor is one best actor ever. So we'll be able to do the first like 30 years probably, but then it'll get hard after that.
Right.
All right. So
That's what she
first,
said.
King Richards. That was Will Smith. The father.
Was it?
Hmm?
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Mr. Hopkins.
I haven't said that in a while. I need
How about you have to
start
try
saying
and
it
do
more.
a quote from every film?
Oh yeah, let's try.
So,
King Richard.
Will Smith,
King Richard. My favorite is that you're dealing with a little child. Leave that alone.
Oh yeah.
When she did
I
the
like the end. I
interview.
can't remember what he said. He was like, she's gonna be the number one. You're gonna be the greatest ever.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that the end? I quite like that. The father, Anthony Hopkins.
I'm not leaving my flat.
Not leaving my flat.
That's a
Right.
classic example of when I hear something, and then it just like you hear something, and then you just distort completely how it was actually originally
It
said.
just doesn't say it like that.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it was like a slight Welsh accent.
but now in my mind, that's how it was said. I'm not leaving my flat.
All right, 2020, Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. I can't think of any quotes. All I can think of is that meme.
Of a society that has abandoned him.
Oh yeah.
Or like do is he's
All I
like
can
laugh.
think of is that. 2019 Bohemian Rhapsody. That was Rami Malek.
What does he say?
I can't remember.
I'm just
Can you do his voice?
like, no, right. Not even I can Rami Malek's voice. It's like kind of like that. No, that's Owen Wilson. No, he can't say that.
Wow.
What? Have you seen Tom Hiddleston imitating Owen Wilson? Oh, great
No.
boy. Oh, what is they talk about Midnight in Paris, which is like it's like
yeah.
modern. Yeah, have you seen it?
No, it's a Woody. I think not Woody.
Woody Allen, yeah. But like
Woody
Owen,
Allen
like
film, yeah.
it's like it's like set in modern day, but then he like goes back in time to interact with like famous authors and stuff. So but Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston was confused that why was he wearing like old time clothes, but Owen Wilson was wearing modern day because he hadn't read the whole script. That was like the story he was telling.
Oh right.
He was confused, and then Owen was like, "Oh no, I'm from
Oh,
now.
I've seen that.
I go back in time." It's so perfect.
yeah, I've
It's
seen
so
that.
perfect.
He has
Okay,
a great
right.
Norton impression as well. It's like,
Yeah.
welcome back.
Yeah. You live in the show. It's actually very good. I can't think of a Rami Malek quote from that film. I hate that film anyway.
It's 2018 Darkest Hour. Gary Oldman.
I
I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
it.
that film.
We will fight them on the beaches. I'm assuming he says that.
Probably. Like Casey Affleck in Manchester by the Sea.
He's not really the loquacious type. It's more about what he doesn't say.
No.
That film. Like, what is it?
2016 The Revenant is DiCaprio.
I hate that film. What does he say?
Can't think of it.
I don't know. Just he probably like
Like,
shouts.
a bear. Fuck. There you go. The Theory of Everything. What's his face?
Eddie Redmayne.
That's it.
I haven't seen that.
Right. Let's think. Oh no!
Wait,
It's
he's-
like this is
Oh,
how
yeah.
they were created. There you go.
Wait, is he even Stephen Hawkins? He used to be. Was he fully abled before?
Yeah,
it?
yeah. When he first went to, I think it was
Yeah.
like when he went to uni. That's when he started to like,
Right. Okay.
what's
So
I
this.
can't remember what
So I'm guessing most of this film is about him. He's not. Most of this film is just him, fully able.
Have you ever seen it?
before? No, I haven't seen it. No.
No, it kind of happened gradually throughout his whole life. Like
Right.
he
Okay.
He was in his 20s.
Is he alive? Is he alive? No.
No, he died like fairly recently, within the last like 5-10 years.
All right. Okay.
Matthew McConaughey was down as Bars Club. Oh my God,
Stephen
that's
Hawking
quite
died 2018.
Lincoln.
Born in
2018?
Oxford, died in Cambridge. Born in Oxford, died in Cambridge. Yeah, 2018.
He went to Cambridge Uni.
Where we at?
2013. I just did Dallas Buyers Club, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yeah.
2013 Lincoln is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, I can't remember a quote from him, but I can remember a quote from the other guy. Was it? I said, "I, Mister." Whatever.
I said,
I said, "I, Mr. McFreely." I think it's Mr.
So
McFreely.
he's like, I said, "I, Mr. McFreely."
McFreely.
What? I said, "I, Mr. McFreely." I said, "I." 2012, The Artist.
I mean,
What's
it's
his
a
name?
silent film. It's a silent Jean Dujardin.
Luc. That's it.
Jean
Oh, I
Dujardin.
can do an impression. Wait, do you want to hear my impression? There you
That's really good. Sounded just like it.
Thanks. The King's Speech is Colin Firth.
Because I have a voice.
Because I have a voice. That's the most famous one. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Crazy Heart, Jeff Bridges. I can't think of any quotes from that film.
I like the songs there.
Yeah, I do actually. Milk.
I can.
I haven't seen that.
What's the song? What's the song I like? Hold. I can't wait to get a hold on you. I like that one. Milk.
I haven't seen Milk. Then there would be like Daniel Day-Lewis. I've abandoned my child.
I've abandoned my boy.
Abandoned my boy.
There's a lot of
That's
quotes in
insane.
that I could do.
Yeah.
I'm here with my son, HW. I'm a family
HW.
man. I drink
The
your
Last King of
milkshake.
I drink it up.
I haven't seen Last King of Scotland. That's Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker.
What's the Forrest Whitaker quote though? What does he say in Rogue One?
Black
He says
Panther. I can't remember.
he says something funny in Rogue One. Matty would say it.
I can't remember. Was he? He said.
He
He's
says
in
something
Black
funny.
Panther as well. He probably says something in that.
Forrest Whitaker.
No, he
Rogue
definitely
One
says
quote.
something in that and something quotable. 2006 Capote. I haven't seen that. That's
That's
the guy that died, I can't
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah.
Yeah. Saw Gerrera is his character.
Oh yeah, that's it. 2005 Ray. Jamie Foxx. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
either.
that's a musical, real life performance film.
Biopic like Elvis. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Joaquin Phoenix. So
Where are we?
So I was Bohemian Rhapsody. 2003 The Pianist. It's Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
I don't have many quotes from that, to be honest. 2002 Training Day, Denzel. Dude, you motherfuckers.
You motherfucker. I know that whole monologue.
You'll be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I finish with you.
Finish.
That's sick.
You could
That-
do
that
this
whole
to me.
monologue's Sick.
Yeah, that's elite.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Have you seen that tweet where it's like dudes can just sit around naming sports players or naming athletes and just have a really nice time?
Yeah. It's true.
It was dudes could just sit around naming actors and have a really nice time. It's so funny though. You just like be like, oh, remember Liam Ridgewell?
Yeah, it's like, oh, remember Leon Osmond?
Yeah, that could just be a conversation for several hours.
It's just like, oh, do you want to name some like 2008 Everton players? It's like, yeah, Leon Osmond, Tony Hibbert. It's just like,
It's so funny. It's
for
actually
no
so funny.
reason. It's like Tim Cahill.
It's actually so funny. Right, where are we at?
2001 Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Are you not entertained? I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Gladiator?
I
Should watch that. Should watch that.
A bit embarrassing. Right. American Beauty, Kevin Spacey. Oh, I'm a nonce. There you go. 1999, Life is Beautiful.
Roberto
It's the
Benigni.
Italian guy.
Yeah.
Benigni. It's in Italian, so I can't quote it.
Yeah.
Aspilicueta.
He's doing Italian.
Jack Nicholson, and As Good as It Gets. And I
Yeah.
can't remember. I've seen it. I can't remember any quotes. Though.
No, I haven't seen it.
997 Shine. I haven't seen that.
Jeffrey Rush. I haven't seen it.
Leaving Las Vegas in 96.
Nick Cage. I need to watch that. I really like Nick Cage. I need to see his Oscar winning role.
Tom Hanks won in 94 and 95, didn't he?
Yeah,
Forrest
yeah,
Gump.
yeah. Oh my god, Ross! I
Um,
was there was a Bollywood film at the cinema yesterday, so I was doing a screen check in there during the trailers, and it was a trailer. I was watching the trailer. Oh, this is familiar. Then it was like a guy like running with a bunch of people running behind him for ages. They're doing a remake of Forrest Gump. It comes out in August, like a Bollywood
Really?
version. Yeah,
well, no, what the fuck?
yeah. It's
That
starring
sounds
like
so
the most,
bad.
like probably the most famous, or at least the top, like a top 3 famous Bollywood actor. Like in all the Bollywood films I've seen, he's been in them pretty much, apart from one. But yeah, so as I was watching the trailer, what the hell? Wait, this looks familiar. Then it was like him, like had the beard and he was running with all the people behind him. Just kept running. It's like, oh, it's
What the
Forrest Gump.
fuck?
That's so funny.
Surely, I don't, yeah. What the hell?
I might actually watch that now. I'll keep an eye on it. See what it's like.
Yeah, I might. To be fair, if there's nothing else in cinema and it's on, I might. Why
Could
not?
do it on the podcast. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good on the podcast.
Oh, Forrest Gump versus Bollywood Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Right, we ran out of time on the quiz, so I'll just restart it, and we'll go from where we left off. 1993, Scent of a Woman.
Al Pacino.
Fucking hell.
Haven't seen it. I need to watch
Silence
it.
of the Lambs. Anthony Hopkins.
I
the hell?
ate his liver.
How did he win
5
Best
of
Actor for
these.
that? He's definitely a supporting actor.
Yeah. That's one of the big. That's
Ate
one of the
his
most
liver
egregious
with some
character
other things.
frauds.
It's a nice Chianti.
I'm having an old friend for dinner.
There's that, and there's what was it? The Godfather in the Oscars, because Thingy won Best Actor, even though then Al Pacino was, what's his name? Marlon Brando won Best Actor,
Yeah.
and it annoyed Al Pacino because he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and he was like, "Well, I was the main actor in the film, so why am I?
Yeah.
I should be the Best Actor category." I get why he's annoyed. Actually, that would annoy me.
Yeah.
All right, 91, Reversal of Fortune.
That's Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
My Left Foot. That's Daniel Day-Lewis, isn't it?
Yeah. Need to watch that as well. Seen his other 2 Oscar
Let's
wins.
watch that. 98, 89, Rayman. Hoffman.
Gotta go to Kmart.
It came out.
Gotta go to Kmart. Anyway,
88, Wall Street.
Michael Douglas. Need to rewatch that. I really love that.
87, The Color of Money.
Greed is
I've
good.
never seen it.
Color of Money, Paul Newman.
Haven't
I'm
seen-
back.
Of the last ones we've just done, I've actually only seen Silence of the Lambs and Rayman. I need to start watching more 90s
Watch,
movies and 90s movies.
Color of Money. It's elite.
Right. Has it got
Where
Tom
we
Cruise
at? Yeah.
in? 86, Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get this. This is where it starts. Obviously, I haven't seen a lot of these films, but I still just know who won the Oscar for them. When we get to here, it becomes more of a challenge. I don't think I know that one.
Yeah. Okay, Amadeus in 85.
That's oh, suck your mum. Oh my god. It's the guy. Not Tom Hulse is in it, but he doesn't get nominated or anything. It's fucking F. Murray Abraham. Does he? I think he wins it.
Yep, correct. 84, Tender Mercies.
Nah, no idea.
Okay, 83, Gandhi. That's Ben Kingsley, isn't it?
Benjamin Kingsley.
82, On Golden Pond.
Henry Fonda.
And then Raging Bull. That is Mr. De Niro.
Need to
Courage
rewatch that as
Kramer,
well.
Dustin Hoffman. I've never seen it.
Matty's seen it.
in
Brutal.
Brutal.
Hmm.
Brutal Russian Pancake.
What?
1979, Coming Home. When we were in
Coming Home.
Romania, we walked past a shop called Brutal Russian Pancake.
What the hell?
1979, Coming Home.
I don't know.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
1978,
Puff Daddy.
The Good
I like
Bad
that song.
Girl. Yeah, I like that song.
The Goodbye Girl isn't that? No, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna get
77,
it's a
Network.
bit tense here. Network is fucking name. I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. What's his name? So you have William Holden in it. He might get nominated. Faye Dunaway got nominated as well. Howard. Is it Howard? Robert Duvall got nominated as well, supporting. Howard Beale. Or was that the character's name?
Oh, I'll put in Robert Duvall. He won for Tender Mercies in '84.
Right.
What do you say?
Howard Beale, is that the character name or the?
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
come up.
Okay, I feel like that might be the character's name. Well, what's his name? Oh my god, I know this.
We'll just move on to the next one. 76, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's Jack Nicholson.
I really want to rewatch that. I saw that like 5 years ago.
I haven't seen it. Apparently, it's really good. It's on my watch list. 75, Harry and Tonto.
Nah, don't know.
74, Save the Tiger.
Nah.
Fucking hell. 73, The Godfather. We just spoke about this.
Brando.
72, The French Connection.
The French Connection.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman. But that was support. I thought. Wait, no.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, apparently we won it. Yeah, Gene Hackman. 71, Patton.
Patton. It's not Kirk Douglas, is it? No.
No.
No, I don't know.
No, because he would have come up when I put Multiple Douglas.
Oh yeah,
Douglas.
that's true. Yeah. Oh my god, Network. That's gonna be so annoying. Howard Beale.
1970, True Grit. That's John Wayne, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
69, Charlie.
Nah, I don't know.
It's fucking hot. I actually don't know any of these. I haven't seen any of these. 68, In the Heat of the Night.
Oh my god. Rod Steiger. Rod Steiger.
Yeah, correct.
It was like uproar. It was like uproar because he won Best Actor, and Sidney Poitier didn't. It was like, and it was clearly like a race thing. Sidney Poitier was kind of the bigger. Right, it was one of those.
What was he in?
Huh?
What was that for?
In the Heat of the Night.
Oh right. Well, and then both in the same film.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Oh okay. 1967, A Man of All Seasons.
Oh, that's Oh my god! Oh my days! Man for All Seasons, fucking English, like a really celebrated English actor. I'm pretty sure Man for All Seasons. Not Laurence Olivier, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he won. No, he didn't. No, I think he famously never won.
He's on there. He won for Hamlet in 1949.
Oh, right. Man of All Seasons, Peter, Tom, Neil. Man for All Seasons.
Out of time. 66, Cat Ballou.
No, I don't know.
65, My Fair Lady.
I could get this, but no.
64, Lilies of the Field.
No.
63, To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's fucking
Jeffrey. Is it Jeffrey something?
No.
Gregory something?
Gregory Peck. Yeah.
62, Judgment at Nuremberg.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna know when I hear it, but no, I'm not gonna.
We've only got 2 minutes left, so we've got to rush through the rest of them. If you don't know straight away, we'll go on the next one. 60, Ben-Hur.
That's Charlton Heston.
59, Separate Tables.
No idea. Separate Tables.
58, The Bridge to the River Kwai. That's the
I've seen that. That's fucking sick. William Holden. Did William Holden win for that? No, he's not.
No, Alec Guinness.
He won for that.
Yeah. I remember because I remember I looked at him because I probably looked at the Star Wars cast at one point or something.
He's really good to be fair.
54, Stalag 17.
I've heard of it, but no.
53, High Noon.
Fucking. Oh my god, I watched this last year. No, I got it. Oh my god, I was Gary Cooper.
Next is African Queen. That's Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah. Humphrey. 51, Cyrano de Bergerac.
Cyrano de Bergerac. No, I don't know.
50, All the King's Men.
No.
48, We got 49 Laurence Olivier. 48 a Double Life.
Nah.
This is where it gets fucking impossible with like 40s and 30s. 47 The Best Years of Our Life.
I want to watch that, but no.
We got 30 seconds. If I'll just read them all out quickly. If you know one to say, The Lost Weekend, Go My Way, Watch on the Rhine, Yankee Doodle Dandy, The Philadelphia Story,
Philadelphia Story, James Stewart.
Good Morning Mr. Chips, Boys Town, Captain Courageous, The Story of Louis Pasteur, The Informer, It Happened One Night, The Private Life of Henry VIII.
It Happened One Night, Clark Gable, it happened one night.
Clark Gable. How's it spelled Gable? A-L?
Gable. G-A-B-L-E.
Ellie. Oh, put E-L, that's right. Okay. The Private Life of Henry VIII, The Champs. We've run out of time. All right.
Right. What was Network?
Network. Was
Peter Finch. Fuck's sake! I just remembered it literally just now as I said. Oh my god, so annoying. Man for All Seasons.
One you can get. Paul Schofield.
Oh yeah. Do you know why I know that? It's because it was on Pointless. That's why I know that.
All right.
I don't actually know who that is, but I know he's on Pointless.
What's some other ones we probably could have got? Kiss of a Spider Woman's William Hurt.
Oh yeah, because he died recently. That's why.
Wait, William Hurt died. Oh, he did. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then it was Kiss from the Spider-Man.
The Goodbye Girl, Richard Dreyfuss.
Dreyfuss.
Yeah, whatever.
Mr. Holland. Yeah, Mr. Holland's Opus, Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, him. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I hate that scene.
Oh.
I like how your impression of sign language is waving your hands about.
beautiful. In Monsters Inc. with one of the monsters comes through towards the camera. It's like,
oh yeah. 74 Save the Tiger, Jack Lemmon.
Yeah.
Are there any others that you could have?
Is anyone Stalag, whatever.
What year was that?
40s.
Stalag 17, William Holden.
That's William Holden, yeah. Because I suggested him for like 2 films. Should have tried to put it in and hope for the best.
Yeah, probably should have done that. Because I did that with when you said. Who'd you say? You said. I can't remember. You said someone. I just put them in. They won for another one.
Yeah.
Who else was there? We could have got Bing Crosby. Won in 1945. He's quite famous. I don't know who he is, but I know the name.
Yeah.
But most of the other ones that aren't really hard we got. So I don't know any of these people, to be honest. These old ones.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess
that's right.
Jack Lemmon won for Save the Tiger, and Art Carney won for Harry and Tonto.
Yeah.
Well, that's the game.
That's so annoying. I literally remembered Peter Finch. Literally, as I said, what was Network? Peter Finch just came into my mind. It's really annoying.
Fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
All right. That was I don't even know how long that was, but that was funny.
Well, that was 2 10-minute rounds.
Guys can just sit around and name actors and have a nice time. The next bit, let's just name players from Hull City's 2008 Premier League squad. All Giovanni,
right. Jimmy Bullard.
Forgotten the rest.
Phil Brown was the manager.
Yeah, Phil Brown. I feel like they had a centre back. That was memorable, but I can't remember him. Curtis Davis.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That was like 5 years later.
Jack Caldwell.
Did he play for Hull? I don't even know.
I feel like that was a thing.
Oh well.
No,
anyway.
I don't know. Fucking
let's move on.
Our country itself is sick. That it's lost its sense of direction, even its common decency.
You don't so much as wiggle a finger.
There's a lot of people saying a lot of things, but in the end, you gotta listen to yourself.
In that moment, Elvis the man was sacrificed. and Elvis the God was born.
I'm gonna show you what the real Elvis is like tonight. You're looking for trouble? You came to the right place. You're looking for trouble? Look right in my face.
He had no idea what he had done.
You ain't nothing but a dog player. I get it.
I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley. Tomorrow, all of America will be talking about my war. Who the hell is there?
Elvis Presley.
You ain't nothing but a...
You don't do the business will do you.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. Sing the music that I want.
dog player. I get it.
Well, since my baby left me.
Oh, they're gonna put me in jail.
The way you sing is God-given. So there can't be nothing wrong with it.
Well, it's one for my money.
If you don't listen to me,
People from the show.
all that your mama has sacrificed for you will be for nothing. Trust me.
Get ready now, go, cat, go.
There's been a lot of talk about the new Elvis.
Those people ain't gonna change me none.
I think if you dream it, you'll do it.
Never met anyone like you.
I hope not.
We can't go on together. We're suspicious.
Without me, there would be no Elvis Presley. Reverend once told me that things are too dangerous to say. Sing.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Elvis Presley.
This ain't no nostalgia show. We're gonna do something different.
Elvis. Elvis is Baz Luhrmann's biopic of Elvis Presley, from his childhood to becoming a rock and movie star in the 1950s, while maintaining a complex relationship with his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Talking a musical biopic. I think, was it? I remember when I was considering doing Respect last year, which is the Aretha Franklin biopic, Jennifer Hudson. And I think I was originally was going to do it, and then I was like, you know what? Because biopics are just so stale and just kind of prosaic, and there's nothing inventive about them. They kind of just
I
have
still
the same
haven't
beats.
watched Respect, and I don't plan to watch it either.
Yeah,
Like
well, it's always like United States of Billie Holiday the year before. It's always like, oh yeah, that performance is really good in at the center of it. Judy as well.
Yeah.
But the rest of the film is either bad or it's just like meh. There's just nothing really going for it.
I watched Billie Holiday only because I was watching all the Oscar movies, and it was that was like my least favorite one of all of them. They're just so yeah.
So just bland, boring, but musical biopics become a staple of Hollywood. Enter Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. Tries to take it in a much different direction. There's only an auteur like himself could do, put his signature stamp on it. I'd seen Romeo and Juliet, and I didn't really like it. I know a lot of people have a lot of love for that film, I think, but I just couldn't connect with some of the stylistic flourishes going on in that film, and the Shakespearean language with the modern shit that was happening. I just found it really off-putting. But the Great Gatsby, I really enjoyed those kind of anachronistic choices that he does, like the way he like mixes modern music and slow down song. Like you have like Empire State of Mind playing whilst going through whatever decade that was, 1920s or whatever, New York, stuff like that. Cool stuff. Big sweeping camera movements, everything like that. So going into Elvis, I kind of knew vaguely, because I haven't seen wait, yeah, he did Moulin Rouge. Yeah, I think it's Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I think that's kind of considered his best. Like, kind of everything that he's striving for is just most perfectly executed in that film. That's the vibe I get. But I had an idea of, like, yeah, what he would bring to something like this, and it's pretty much what I expected. I think very big. When you saw the runtime, I was like, okay, yeah, very big, very bold, lots of interesting choices, and a completely different way to tell as the story of a iconic singer or any kind of iconic famous person that's had the biopic treatment. So yeah, what's your Ross, what your first impressions of Baz Luhrmann's Elvis?
This one's a funny one because I literally watched it like kind of just before, like literally earlier today, and I feel like it still needs to kind of sink in because I don't know exactly how I feel about it, because I respect what Baz Luhrmann's trying to do, and like I thought at first the editing was really creative, and the way it's all put together is really creative. It's very he's very much put his staple on it, but I don't know whether that's for the good of the film or not. And I can't tell. I think what I definitely don't like is Tom Hanks's performance. It's like a cartoon character. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, it's like a character that's meant to be like funny and like a comedy character, but it's not. It's just for some reason Tom Hanks is playing it like that, and apparently the real life Tom Parker, the kind of Tom Parker, didn't actually have a like European accent, which for some reason Tom Hanks has in this. So it's just a weird like direction and way to go with his character, and I think Tom Hanks playing like not a villain, but definitely like a villain of the story, kind of having Tom Hanks to play that kind of character when he's such a likable person, such like a nice person, likable person in real life, is a weird direction to go down. So I think his character for me didn't work, and also him doing like the narration as well and making it like him telling a story. I don't really. It was like an odd way to go, I think, because it took away from, I think, the emotions behind how Elvis was feeling in all the moments where he would have felt emotion, like when he had that meltdown on stage and stuff, which also apparently didn't happen. So yeah, it's just an interesting way to tell the story, but I think it might have negatively affected everything that's gone on. But I mean, there's a lot of positives to the film as well. I think Austin Butler's really good as Elvis, and I really like how they told the story, like in the first kind of hour or so, about how he grew up and was inspired by like growing up in like a black neighborhood, and how that music kind of made him who he was, and how he brought that to like the mainstream audience the way like a black person wouldn't have been allowed to back then. So I think it's really interesting how they've told the story of that part, and that's probably one of the more interesting aspects of the story. But I think then the runtime is one thing, because it is very high paced and like fast paced, and there's some slower bits which kind of balance it out, but not too much. But I don't know, it's all a bit kind of messy, wishy-washy, but also there are some enjoyable parts. So I don't really know how to feel about the film at the moment.
I tend to agree with on the Tom Hanks thing. Yeah, when I saw when that wasn't his actual voice, that was kind of further indication of like, yeah, he just really wanted to like ham it up in this film. I don't know, maybe he was just itching. Like, he's been kind of, some of the stuff he's been doing recently, some of the Apple TV stuff has just been like a lot of dad movies where he's bit more stoic, not able to have as much fun, be a bit more loose. It seemed like he really wanted to. I mean, because that's the thing with like actors. Ultimately, they wanna play pretend. It's kind of like one of the fundamental draws, as much as everything else. Like, they wanna dress up and put on makeup and everything, and go out there and transform into someone completely different. It seemed like he was like striving towards that, and that was his goal in this film, whether it fit the wider narrative or not. It didn't really work for me. It's just kind of uncomfortable, not a tremendously. Is it an interesting way to frame the story from like kind of his perspective in one way? That's like a new way to go about telling a biopic, like how he felt like he was perceived by how like retrospectively, like how he's looked back upon, like his legacy as like part of the Elvis story and stuff. But so yeah, just as a character, it's just too campy, and the narration, like you said, like the narration kind of undercut a lot of the moments. So yeah, that is one aspect I didn't think works particularly well. But I think overall, just the propulsive energy and the creative graphics and things, like the bit where, was it when he is it when his career just starts to take off and he does like Baz Luhrmann shows like the people like involved in his like his like entourage, the people who are coming like on this journey with him as like a cast, like within a film. It's like you had him and you had the like graphic like flashes up on the screen, like things, little flourishes like that. I just find it kind of works for me in this film. Sometimes that it can feel like a bit like garish, but I thought it was. I think maybe that's the thing. Yeah, like I kind of said at the top, like because of how stale these movies can be, just bringing anything else to the table can kind of feel like, oh, that must be good then, even though it might not be. So maybe we kind of like reflect on that late, like in the afterglow of this film when the hype dies down a bit. But yeah, at this point, I was pretty enthralled by the way he, like the kind of visuals and everything, the way he tried to tell the story. I don't know, that's something that a similar response that you had, just kind of reacting to the lavish way he's depicting the story in contrast to the stale biopics that we've seen recently.
Yeah, I think it's interesting the way he's done that, because obviously I think Bohemian Rhapsody and like Rocket Man were like more interesting, and I think Bohemian Rhapsody has more of a kind of like flashy graphics, obviously not on the same level as Elvis, but it's kind of it does more. But I think just recently with Billie Holiday and like I haven't seen Respect, but you can just tell it's like that. It's a bit more like downtone. So I think bringing like Elvis to life and kind of making this a more kind of upbeat, kind of interesting, sparkly way. Like they like when you think of Elvis, you think rock and roll Vegas, and this was very much just everything that went into this film was like, let's just make it as rock and roll and as Vegas as possible. And I think it definitely suits Elvis as a person, suits the story, it suits everything that went on. So I think that it does work in that aspect. And yeah, it's obviously mixed. I think when they do that and make it very flashy, though, you are kind of you are taken away from emotions, because it is so flashy. You're taken away from emotional moments, and then maybe they don't hit as hard because of this. Like Elvis's ending in his last like 5 years or so, it does seem like very tragic, and how like it seems like kind of Tom Parker that arguably did kind of bring Elvis's life to an end because of the way he was treated and whatnot. And it was very much brushed over although Tom Parker was like, he seems to be like the main character in this, but it very much was brushed over the fact that he wasn't Tom Parker, it seems. So the flashy graphics and like everything that goes on in that aspect and the way it's directed, I think I can respect that in a way, trying something different for a biopic and kind of making it Vegas and making it Elvis and making it exciting. I think it's nice to see something different, because if it was just another biopic, no one will probably see it. But I think, yeah, it works in that aspect, but I think it does take away from certain aspects.
Another aspect of biopics, like more generally, is just kind of learning. You either come in as like a fan of the musician or whatever, and you're like keen to see their life story, like whatever this director's take on their life story is, or you kind of, which is most cases for me, it's like I don't really know an awful lot about the person. Maybe know a few songs here and there, kind of aware of their popularity, but I don't know too much about the trajectory of their career and things, and what happened at which point and their rise and maybe their fall or whatever. A lot of these people died prematurely for whatever reason. So yeah, going into this, it was kind of like Elvis. Like it's Elvis, you can't not know who Elvis is. It's kind of like one of the biggest figures in pop culture of all time, like up there with the Michael Jacksons. And okay, can you put Madonna on that level? Maybe Madonna's like a tier below, maybe she's not, I don't know. But yeah, the Beatles, wherever you like he's right there alongside the greats. I'm not a music critic, so I don't know if is he actually one of the great artists? Maybe he is, I don't actually know.
Well, at the end of the film, it says he's the best selling of all solo artists of all time.
He sold more than Michael
Jackson. I thought that's what I thought when I saw it.
Is he number 2 behind Beatles?
Well, solo artist.
But he's like overall.
I guess best selling artist of all time. That's something I actually want to know. So I thought Michael Jackson was the best selling. Yeah, here it says Michael Jackson's better selling than Elvis. Maybe it says a technicality because of the Jackson 5, but I don't know.
Surely not. I don't, because he's like Elvis. Surely Elvis wasn't around long enough to. Michael Jackson still. I feel like Michael Jackson still sells bare now. He's still making bare money.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, I knew obviously Elvis is Elvis, but I know like there's the number of songs. There's quite a few songs that I really like, and there's other songs that are just kind of around that you're aware of, and then there's other ones where you kind of didn't know that was Elvis, or originally it might have been Elvis and it's been covered by other people. So it was kind of, I was interested, and I knew he died prematurely, and I knew stuff about who he married, and I knew his daughter, of his granddaughters, Riley Keough, who's in a lot of stuff, Mad Max, Logan Lucky shit. So yeah, I was intrigued to see his bit of his life story, and obviously it's not a documentary at the end of the day, so there'll be some manipulation of the facts to create a bit more drama. Also, that happened in like Bohemian Rhapsody as well. In certain instances, like you're gonna do your best. It's a movie at the end of the day. You'd have to be completely 100% accurate with all that, the facts and the timeline and stuff. It's more about like the essence of the person. So I don't know, what was your relationship to Elvis before like going into the film, and do you feel either it conveyed the image of him that you thought, or did you like feel like you learned something new about what he was like? Because you already talked about like growing up in the black neighborhoods and things like that. Was that like part of your discovery of who this person was?
Yeah, so like my dad was born in 1958, and then like growing up, he used to like, I remember just going on holiday and go sit in the car listening to like Elvis CDs, that kind of stuff. So I always used to listen to him quite a lot when I was like a kid. Obviously now I don't really listen to him that much, but I've recognized quite a lot of what went on, and I knew about him marrying Priscilla. I like how in the film as well, he's like he met the teenage daughter of blah blah blah. It's like it just brushes over the fact she was 14, but we'll just ignore that because otherwise it'll make the film a bit weird. But yeah, anyway, so I actually listened to Elvis a fair amount, like growing up and stuff. So I knew about like his wife. I knew about him, how his life ended due to drugs and stuff, and he had a heart attack, and he was pretty like overweight towards the end of his life. But I didn't know anything about like growing up in black neighborhoods, didn't know anything, like about how like kind of black music influenced him. I didn't know about anything about Colonel Tom Parker and how like he had his relationship with him, and how like he basically just like it was just like he just used Elvis and didn't care about anything apart from himself. So it's quite yeah, it was very interesting to find out a lot about that, and like because I kind of knew about how like a lot of TV stations and whatnot, and a lot of people didn't like him because of the way his hips moved and stuff. And I kind of knew about that, but to what scale I don't. The thing is, that's the thing when I watch these kind of films, like the fact that like the senator was involved, that kind of stuff. I don't know what's true or not, what's been like manipulated to make the film better and whatnot. It's hard to know, but I didn't know it was like that controversial on that scale. So yeah, but I think the film though could have done more about kind of the tragic end he came to. It's quite like was it 42 years old or something, dying of a heart attack, and was just like stuffed full of drugs. At the end of his life, and was like completely overweight. I feel like they didn't focus on that enough, but I did quite like the ending, though, kind of putting his last ever performance on there and showing that even when he was like in his 40s and kind of was like overweight and was on drugs and stuff, he still had like one of the most like incredible unique voices out there, and how they kind of faded Austin Butler's performance into like the real Elvis performance of that time. I like how that ended, that kind of last scene there. So yeah, it's interesting finding out about a lot of this stuff, and I think I feel like I've learned a lot about it through this film, but as I say, it's hard to know when you watch these without actually looking up what's actually real and what's not. So I think that's something I might look into more when I can be bothered, or if I can be bothered at any point.
I'm interested to watch his the films that he starred in. They have that bit when like he was trying to like kind of launch his movie career, and they're talking about how people weren't interested if he wasn't going to sing. He was trying to like actually take his acting more seriously, like focus more on that than actually just being like kind of in the film just so he can flex his voice. I'm kind of interested because someone says, maybe was it narration at that point? He like talks about him being like he was actually a good actor. Someone says like he was legitimately a good actor, but the public couldn't get over him not using his voice in certain films and stuff like that. So I'm kind of interested to see what his body of work in film looks like. That's one takeaway. Yeah, I think he probably has the most unique voice ever. When you think about it, really, like there's nothing quite like it. Like Michael Jackson's unique in like he's got like there's like a shouty quality to the way like a lot of Michael Jackson's songs come across.
Yeah, and a lot of like the noise he makes, like the ow and the
all that, those things,
stuff,
but purely it's just of like vocals. I feel like Elvis is the most like immediately, no matter what the song is. If I haven't heard it, if I've heard it a million times, like okay, yeah, Elvis. There's something very silky and distinct about the way he uses his voice. So I think it might be the most iconic voice of all time, which is not a bad thing. Stick that on your CV, stick that on your iPod and shuffle it. Yeah, I don't know. Any more thoughts on Elvis, this sprawling epic? It's not been I thought it'd be a bit slightly more popular than it has been, at least at my cinema. For they were like opening night and stuff.
Yeah, maybe it's just what we were saying about how like maybe it's just what we were saying about how like biopics are kind of not everyone wants to see a biopic anymore. Like I feel like after like Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man coming out in like short succession, it kind of everyone's like, okay, we don't want to see the same thing over and over. It's kind of like an unoriginal kind of concepts now, I guess.
I need to rewatch Rocket Man. A lot of people really, really, really like Rocket Man.
I like it.
Outraged. They were like outraged when he didn't get nominated. So I feel like I need to rewatch it because I saw it in the cinema. I haven't seen it since, and I was like, oh yeah, it's alright. But like, a lot of people are like.
I feel like when you compare it, I can't really remember, but I remember looking at the other nominations and being like, oh, I can see why he hasn't been nominated, I guess. But he was really good in it.
I guess we should talk about a bit more deeper about Austin Butler to finish, because I've talked about the Elvis as an icon, both vocally and in terms of his personality as well. So it's quite a tough assignment for someone to step up. That's the other thing about these biopics as well, is finding someone to step up to imitate.
Yeah, who not only like looks like them in a certain way, but can also pull off the
way they act, and also like you don't want it just to be a complete like imitation as well. That's kind of driving. You want to bring
it to be like something like an embodiment rather than like an imitation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to bring something that like give your kind of what Elvis kind of means to you, what like the vibe that he conveys to you, and so you can bring your own stamp. I thought
Austin Butler was really good though.
Yeah, I think he's good. Yeah, I don't really. So was it he's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? As Tex.
He's like a Disney heartthrob kind of.
Yeah,
That's
because he
his
was
like,
on
origins, isn't it?
he was on Hannah Montana when I watched Hannah Montana. I don't remember. I can't remember him in it. But like I looked
No, I
at the
don't.
video and it's like he was like Miley's boyfriend, I assume. It's at some point, or maybe Hannah's boyfriend. I don't know.
I can't remember.
He's not that main guy. There was the main guy in Hannah Montana. There was like he was like famous, like her boyfriend. They had like a love-hate thing. I felt like.
I can't remember.
Jake, was it Jake? I don't know. And I'm
Sure that rings a bell. I can't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't Austin Butler, but I sort of have an idea of him. He does look Disney. Something about his face does look very Disney.
Yeah.
But he's
like,
definitely he definitely has the confidence. He has the voice, like in terms of like this like speaking voice and like the mannerisms and stuff. He never feels like, especially in a film that we've talked about, that is so out there and extravagant. He doesn't like get swallowed. I love that you talk about like Tom Hanks's narration, undercutting a lot some scenes here and there. But I think he like the whole spectacle of the film doesn't engulf Austin Butler's performance. Like he kind of rises with it.
Yeah.
Which I think that's like it might always look like, oh yeah, this is an Oscar winning performance, but to keep up with that that rhythm I think that's like impressive.
The fact that Elvis is like one of like the greatest showmen of all time, and the way he moves and stuff, and the fact that Austin Butler was able to as I say, like embody that and like keep up with that kind of like showmanship as well as like acting. It's quite I feel like it's a lot harder than it like seems, that what he's done, and he's actually done really well.
I agree. You think he might get nominated?
I concur. It's hard to tell because you've had like Jamie Foxx, Rami Malek, Jennifer Hudson will be nominated, but it's hard. Yeah, I don't. I'd say it depends what other films come out this year. He's definitely like potential, like probably he'll be in like the top 20 list of the year of best performances, but it's whether he makes that like 8 or whatever it is, best actors is, or 6, whatever. It's yet to see.
The odds decent odds for him when you look at the amount of people who do get nominated for these biopics, and probably I think. Do you think this is better than that Billie Holiday, which got a nomination? Judy got nominated best actress. Like, do you think it's better than that caliber of biopic as a film overall?
It's hard to tell because I think Billie Holiday and Judy were a lot about kind of, they were the more dramatic kind of roles and about their life and whatnot. But Elvis, I think he embodies the showmanship and the like Vegas Elvis so well, and the way he moves and everything. The dramatics, I think he's not as good at as like the people before him. Like I think I can see why Rami Malek won, because he had a very good mixture between the dramatic part and the kind of Freddie Mercury showman part. But I think Austin Butler was mainly because of directing, the writing and whatnot, he was able to really shine when he was on stage in this. So I think maybe he won't win, and maybe it's a weaker performance dramatically, but definitely not weak because he does so well when he's on the stage. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think it's one of them ones very early in the year for award season, so we'll see how that pans up. I think there's a decent chance with any biopic of someone that is this famous. Well, then the next one we've got is Whitney Houston. I think that's next year. That the girl from Star Wars, from Rise of Skywalker. I can't remember what her character is. The black.
She like girl. Finn's like girlfriend kind of thing. I don't know. The one that goes on the adventure with Finn. Is it her?
Yeah. What?
I can't think of any other black women in it.
I can't even remember what happened. Like what does she do? Like they go to a planet and she's there or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think if it's her, she's playing Whitney Houston. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll probably watch that one because I really like Whitney Houston, but I just can't see it being.
will.
I can't see it being good. But we move. Nonetheless.
No, yeah.
All right, that's Elvis. At Corona Cinema on Instagram, at Liam98 on Twitter, Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, Stitcher, Podbean. Next time, another both films in the head-to-head. I haven't seen. Trying to get more of these films in there. Doing Bishop's Wife and its remake, Black remake, continuing the black theme we had going on in the head-to-head. The Preacher's Wife, that's the head-to-head, and then the main review out this Thursday, but doing it because we've switched up the schedule. Do films that come out 2 weeks before, like we did with Elvis. So we're doing Thor, Love and Thunder, the main review. Until then, go well.
Cheers.